What's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm James, and if you're a high-ticket coach, course creator, offer owner looking to make a ton more money, I think you're going to like this channel very much. And today we're starting off with a banger, which is how we sign inside of my own personal coaching company an extra 5 to 10 new high-ticket clients per month without any extra ad spend, or without taking any extra sales calls. Now, what does this mean? It means it's free money, so you're going to want to keep watching. Now, I know there are a lot of videos and channels out there of people who are coaches trying to help other coaches, help coaches get rich and stuff like that. A lot of them are crap. Just for a TLDR credibility check, I'm a real coach. I'm not just a coach's coach. I have my own offer. I've run this offer for many, many years. I've very much been a student of the game by actually running a business myself and not just teaching it. And as a result, I run my own $250,000 per month offer in a separate niche, not coaching coaches again. This is a BizOp offer. This is in a mass market, and it is very different to what it is we do here. Now, on this channel, what I do is I just share what actually works. So you can apply it to your own high-ticket offer and make a metric fuck ton more money and change more lives with your offer, because that's what you're here to do. That's why you become a coach, is to make money and change lives. So the more clients we get, the more we can do both of those. Now, here's a couple of dashboards and awards and stuff like that, just so you know you can take me seriously. Whatever. Quick context. My e-commerce offer for beginners, it's a $2.5 grand front end, and then we have a high ticket / MRR on the back end. And so we sign clients between 2 to 5-ish a day at this current state. And we do that mainly through two main mechanisms. Of course, we have others, but the two main ones we use is DM ads with chat closing and VSL to book a call funnel with phone closing. So DM ads, running ads saying, hey, if you are this person, you want this outcome, please DM me. With that being said, they DM, they find out more about the program, they ask questions, and then they buy directly in the inbox, which just means we don't have reps, we don't have calendar space taken up. It's amazing. They literally DM, couple of questions, here's the offer, and they buy. On the flip side, we have the VSL to book a call funnel, which I'm sure you know. You run an ad, they book in a call, they show up to the call, you pitch them, you close them, and then you get them the result that they signed up for. Now, these are the two main mechanisms we use for this specific video. Signing extra clients without extra ad spend or without extra sales calls. We do it with our client base, it's our traffic source, which I'll explain in a second, and our chat closing system, so we don't clog up our sales team's calendar, because ironically, with this system, we don't need to do any sales process stuff. We don't really need to push to get a deal across the line. This is somebody who's coming in very, very warm. These are some of the warmest prospects you're ever going to have, and some of the easiest enrollments you're ever going to have, and you're going to like how it works. So, principle one of how we get an extra 5 to 10 new clients a month without an extra ad spend, without extra sales calls, is firstly, it's preemptive. You just have to get your clients results. I know it's a weird thing to say in the internet marketing space, but it's true. The easiest clients you will ever get are not from Facebook ads or TikTok ads. Should I do Instagram ads or Facebook ads? No. It is by getting your clients results and having those clients refer you after they get the result. It's the simplest thing in the world. And if you focus on not just acquiring new customers, but actually getting results for the customers and the clients you already have, you're going to make more money overall. So, referrals. We've all heard about them. Maybe you've asked about it once or twice. Oh, do you know anyone you can refer me to and it hasn't gone too well? The biggest thing is you have to know what causes a referral. What causes a referral? It's trust. If a client trusts you and you've delivered on the things that you said you were going to do for them, they're going to go out there and refer somebody, especially if you prompt them to. However, a lot of the times you might ask somebody to refer you new clients or new people into your program, and the reason why they say no is because they haven't either got results with you, or they just don't trust that if they refer a friend early, that they're going to come in and they're not going to get ripped off, and then they're going to look like the bad friend, right? That's a real thing. I've asked people, hey, why didn't you, refer to this, or why didn't you refer? They're like, oh, I don't know yet. I just didn't want to look stupid in front of my friends, so I want to make sure I get results first. So one of the best things you can do is get results for your clients. Trust is built through honoring promises kept. And once you've done that, they're happy to refer. If your program doesn't deliver results, number one, you should really take a look in the mirror and work on your program, because if you can't sleep at night knowing that your program doesn't get results, that's an issue, you have to fix it. But if your program does deliver, then referrals are easy to ask for. We've spent 3 years or so inside of our program working on getting our success rate up, our client satisfaction rate up. And as a result, we're at a stage now with our specific main offer that around 80% of our clients start making money in their first month, which is a very key metric, and it's something I'm very, very proud of amongst a lot of BizOp gurus and stuff out there that are not the best. And they have a success rate in single digits. But as a result, we've been able to get this beautiful point where we have a lot of referrals coming in on a daily basis. Now, what does this look like in terms of getting that success rate up even higher? We'll do another video on the channel breaking down what we do there. But the bottom line is make sure you get your clients' results, because that makes this process actually work. Number two, make it easy to refer. There's a lot of people out there who say, listen, if you can refer somebody, that would be great. And then they leave it at that. Or they don't tell their clients that they can refer. Or they don't tell them what they'll get if they refer. And they just hope and pray that the clients will actually do it. I can guarantee they're not going to do it unless you prompt them and make it easy for them. And so what we do inside of our program is once a client enrolls and they jump in, one of the first things they see inside of the first set of modules, amongst a few other videos, is one where we break down exactly how a referral program works. And it's not a hard sell. It's not us talking about how great we are and you need to refer your friends like some MLM. No, it's not what we do. But we break down exactly how it works. So we break down first and foremost the clear incentive. What is the incentive for them to refer? Now, we do this even though it's at the beginning of the program because there are some people who are really trigger happy. They're like, this is great. Like, I've had a great enrollment. I've had a great onboarding. Like, I already love this stuff. And, I've got a friend who I know is interested. And they just go ahead and they refer, which is great. And so the incentive really works well up front. So we tell them, hey, you get a cash bonus of XYZ dollars, right? A few $100s, whatever it may be. Or in some cases, you may not want to do that, but you might have bonus training or a free one-on-one call with the founder or with a coach or whoever it may be. Or it could be some extra training material they don't get with the main program. Whatever it is, clear incentive up front. What are they going to get for it? And so the people who are just naturally going to refer, just by saying that, you have people who refer the same day they actually enrolled in the program, which is amazing because they're hyped up and they're excited, they're privileged to be a part of the program, and they just let a friend know, and then boom, before you have another client. The next thing you want to make sure you have there is zero pressure. They can do it whenever. We don't want it to be refer a friend now. It's refer a friend whenever you are stoked on the program, happy with your results, or you just think of somebody that you know will love it. The reason why we have that is because number one, we don't actually want to force anyone to refer somebody. But number two is it makes the people who are really eager to refer right away, jump in and refer a friend. But the people who are more so I want to make sure I have my trust built first, I want to make sure I got the results and money's coming in with whatever system it is, or if it's a weight loss program, or it's a dating program, whatever the outcome is, I want to make sure I get the outcome first before I refer. Making sure it's clear that there's zero pressure, make sure that we hit both sides of the fence, okay? And the last thing is making it easy to refer. If you make it complicated to refer or hard to refer, or they have to think and guess how to do it, they're usually not going to do it. And so what we do is we say, hey, just make a group chat. That's it. We're not asking them to go out there and give a full seminar themselves to their friend before they ever introduce us. No, just put them in a group chat with James and we'll handle the rest. And the reason why we like this is because it's easy for them to do, doesn't take them more than a few seconds, and as a result, we can take control of that process. If you have them send a pamphlet to their friend and they go through it, you can't make sure they've consumed it, you can't make sure that you're framing things in the right way. But if you put them in a group chat, you can introduce yourself, you can have a setter introduce themselves or a closer introduce themselves, and quite literally send them the marketing material that you want to send to them, and then from there answer their questions based on that. So that's how we do it, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. Now, another bonus is when we do have this referral video, because this is the real big thing that makes this whole thing work, is when somebody joins, they see this referral video breaking down the referral program. What's really cool about this is it actually increases the confidence in your program as well and the incentive to complete it. Because if you think about the mind of a prospect who jumped in, become a client, and they're going through, if they see a video saying, hey, listen, we actually have clients referring their friends and their family to the program because they've got the results, in their mind, they go, oh, this is great. Well, that obviously means that this program works. So they get a little bit more confidence in the program. And also, there's incentive. There's incentive there, which means, hey, I know it's going to work, so I should probably do it. So they start consuming more of the product. And also, there's a part of them that's going, well, I want to make sure I get through the program so I can start making money so I can actually tell my friends about it. That's even extra, it's extra income, or, in terms of like some commission referrals, or, it could also just be some bonus stuff. I want that bonus stuff. So make sure I go through the program. When they're consuming the program and they're increasingly going through it and they're moving through at a good pace, like they increase their consumption, they increase their results, which means you have great reviews, happy clients, and also a larger number of referrals as well, which is pretty cool. So always a win-win together. But number two, make it easy to refer. And here's an example of what it looks like. We have a video inside the first step of our course, how to make some extra money. Anytime you invite somebody to join the family, we are super grateful and extend a commission of $250 as a thank you. If you know somebody who'll be interested, you can add them in a group chat on Instagram with me, and I'll chat with them and I'll handle the rest of the journey for you. Note, this is entirely optional and should not be a main focus at all. Just a small heads up in case you know somebody. And what's really cool about this is a very short video. We just introduce it and move on. The seed is planted, and then from there below the video, there's actually a link where they can go ahead and find my Instagram and they can just make a group chat. So not even having to search up my name, they click the link and they can go ahead and refer, which is really, really cool. Principle 3. We know, number one, that we have to get them results. Number two, we know that we then want to make sure it's easy for them to refer and we frame it in the right way. And that is in that video that you add into the beginning part of your course. The third thing is sell by chat. One of the coolest things about sell by chat is it allows us to take somebody from a lead or a prospect to a client very, very fast without a lot of effort. And the biggest thing is that when somebody is a referral, they are a super hot lead. They're excited, they're interested, they're eager. And so we want to make sure we don't overcomplicate it. We just make the offer and we let them enroll. I wouldn't go out there and try to book them on a sales team's calendar and go through the whole process. At the end of the day, they know they want to do it. They've been referred by a friend. Just show them what it looks like. Here's the outline of the offer. Here's your questions answered. And then from there, let them jump in. Because at the end of the day, they wouldn't have reached out unless they were warmed up prior. It really is as simple simple as that. Sell chat is my favorite way to enroll clients because it's simple, it's smooth, it's low pressure, and low stress. So what does it look like? Well, you have a new conversation. So somebody makes a group chat or they message you on Instagram, whatever it may be. Then you ask them a couple of questions. You send them what we call the chat VSL, which we're going to talk about a lot here on this channel. People who are in my scale boardroom actually write it for them. And then once they watch that chat VSL, they have a couple of questions, any objections maybe. We handle those very, very quickly, and then they enroll. Now, the reason we have it like this is very simple. We don't want to take somebody from being completely brand new to our world and just smack them in the face with a VSL and a price tag. We want to make sure we have a couple of questions to be asked. And usually it's just going to be along the lines of, do they have the time? Are they clear on their goal? And would they actually like some help? Once we touch on those things, it's different depending on the market that you're in. Once we go through those things, we're usually able to basically have them warm enough to go through into the VSL, let alone if they're a referral, which is even easier. Now, members of my scale boardroom, which I'll talk about more later in the video, they get this built out from the ground up by me personally, and I help them get flooded with daily lead flow with our ideal customers, remove the need for sales calls, pack calendars, all that kind of stuff. And you can link below if you want to find out more about that, or just stick around to the end of the video. But Chat VSL, in essence, it's just a video breaking down who you are, what you do, how you help, what's the offer outline, what are the guarantees, what's the price, what does it all look like in a 10 to 15 minute video. There is a lot of psychology, of course, and copywriting that goes into it to make sure it converts, but it is a very simple VSL. It's just something that is nuts and bolts, and it converts, gets information across the line. So they make a group chat, we ask them a couple of questions, we send the VSL, and they enroll. So here's an example. Somebody jumps in, message me the word start. Hey, what's going on? Check my DMs, happy to help you get started making some money online with the rest of us. Is it cool if I ask you just a couple of questions to see if I can help? Morning, no dramas at all, ask away. Cool. Well, do you have an extra 4 to 5 hours per week to follow this system? I'll go deeper in how it all works in a second. I can definitely do that. Beautiful. We move into the next one, which is cool. With where you are right now, what's your monthly income right now, and where do you want it to be? Creating that gap. Right, just a rough idea. Once we know where you're at, where you want to be, we know what kind of work we have to do. Well, it's this. I'd like to get to this goal. Beautiful. Cool. I've been doing it for 7 years now. I just want to say, I do think you have what it takes. Would you like my help? Yes. And when we get that, yes, I'd like your help, that is permission to pitch. And then from there, what we do is we go ahead and send them what we call the chat VSL, which again, I write for my clients. It's very simple stuff. It goes down the route of exactly what it is you do, how you help your clients, and then it has the price, the guarantees, etc. with a call to action to go, hey, if you're in, let me know. I'll go through any questions you have and we get you all plugged in. We send them that, and they say, I'll watch it. I'm in. It's the magic of the VSL. When you do it right, it's very, very good. Do you have any questions for me? Nope, no questions at all. Ready to get firing. Send them the enrollment link. Boom, $2.5 grand piff right there. And that was a very, very quick conversation. Now, what does this mean for you? Is that, well, if we have that video at the beginning of your course, you're going to have people adding their friends to group chats with you. You can just send a little chat VSL. Of course, if you wanted to, book them in on a call with your setter, your closer, yourself, wherever it is, and you want to do a phone conversation, that's totally cool as well. But that allows us to go out there and enroll clients all throughout the month. We get about 5 or 10 a month just from referrals alone, just by setting this up, which is really, really cool. And it's a very powerful thing for you to do, just to get extra income coming in, just extra money, extra clients, extra lives changed. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, principle 4, I just wanted to add one more little tactic. It's what I call the cheeky referral booster. Let's just say somebody does refer somebody to, they've gone, here's my friend, they joined, they obviously got a little bonus for it. That's great. I'm sure you've heard the saying, which is that the easiest person to get money from is somebody who's already given you money. All right, the classic upsell strategy. Well, it's the same with referrals. Well, if somebody's giving you a referral, they're probably more likely to refer somebody else again, especially after they've been rewarded for that referral. So what does that look like? Well, they just made money doing nothing, or they just got a bonus by doing nothing. So how do we get referrals? By asking again. If you don't ask, you'll never know and you'll never get. And so what we do is after refer a friend and they join, message them. Hey, thanks so much. I really appreciate you referring that friend. Really going to take good care of them. And I'm really excited to help you and them get the results you guys want. Hype them up. You know, how good was that? It was pretty easy money, right? Yes, exactly. That's so cool. Great. Can I ask a quick question? Sure. Who else do you know that you think we can help? Simple as that. It's not a case of, can you please refer somebody else? It's, who else do you know that you think we could help? And then half the time you might have somebody go, oh, I think actually this person might be interested. Say, great, could you make a group chat with them? Let's just knock that out as well. Let's see if we can help them as well. Beautiful, done, easy, another referral. On the flip side, they go, oh, I can't really think of anyone right now. I always ask a second time. You get a bit more introspective. Cool, 100%. And if anyone does come to mind, let me know. But if you did have to really think about it for a second, is there anyone else who springs to mind? If you did have to think about it. They go, well, I've had to think about it. And then they think. And then I would say probably about half the time they think of somebody else. Put them in a group chat, boom, done. We've had somebody end up sending 3 or 4 referrals through, which is really, really cool. But that's what we call a cheeky referral boost. If somebody's referred somebody, they've been rewarded, right? They're happy, their friend is happy, they've been paid a little referral bonus, which is awesome, or they just get some free training. That in itself puts them in a prime position to just ask again. And remember, this is a great thing because it means that the client who originally enrolled in your program has gone out there and got rewarded for doing nothing, which is awesome. They get to have their friend come in and get results, which is amazing. their lives being changed by the program, their friends' lives being changed by the program, everyone's winning, and you didn't have to spend a bunch of money on Zuck's ads and lose a bunch of money on comms as well. Very, very simple stuff. Now, that's it. Simplest system on God's green earth for bringing in extra clients without extra work or ad spend. And look, if you're new here, I run a private program called the Scaling Boardroom. Inside, I help high-ticket coaches one-on-one, help them scale to 100 grand a month, 200 grand a month, just like I have, by sharing exactly what works right now for me and my friends, the coach who actually does it themselves. Not things I learned in the mastermind 3 years ago or whatever is in Hormozi's latest book. No, this is what's working right now. That brings in over $250,000 a month in cash for us and a lot of my clients that I work with privately. We just teach you everything that's working and you can apply it and make a bunch more money. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, scale your offer, make a fuck ton more money, change a bunch more lives, you can click the link in the description, book in a free time on my calendar. I'd love to chat, see if I can help you. The bottom line is if I can't get you an ROI within your first month, but just the swipe and deploy, do this, make money strategies that I use every day in my business, like I will eat a shoe. I'm that confident. I can help you make more money. But for now, welcome to the channel. So many more bangers coming your way. If there's anything specific you want to learn more about, ads, funnels, delivery, client results, ascension, marketing, sales calls, sales teams, anything it is you'd like to know about scaling a high-ticket offer, let me know in the comments. I'll happily make a video about it and cover that for you. But for now, enjoy. Please apply this. It is literally free money. Go make some money. Go change some lives, and I'll see you in the next video.